Hey friends, welcome back. I miss you so much. I know it's been a couple days since I last uploaded, which makes it feel like it's been like 10 years. I hit 100K supporters, wavy babies, wavy fam. I just want to say thank you so much. I will hopefully have a special video for that to celebrate that. You can throw me some 100K ideas down below in the comments, but I do want to make sure I acknowledge that with you because I love you so much. I can't believe it. But I am really feeling kind of cozy. The fall season is approaching, and that means I need a legacy challenge because me, this girl right here, I am a family game player. So I found 6 legacy challenges that I have not seen before. They are new. I was on the hunt for some new ones, and I might try one of these out only if you help me vote for which one you think I should play on the channel. So let's just jump right into it. I will create a poll in the community tab after this so that you can vote on which one, but let's check out these challenges first. So the first one is called the Beginner's Drama Challenge by Cosmo. And the cool thing about it is 1, it is base game only. So if you don't have all the packs, don't sweat it. And 2, it's only 8 generations. And I'm kind of feeling something where I don't have to go the full 10 because that's a lot of commitment. But it says, hey everyone, it's Cosmo and welcome to the Beginner's Drama Challenge. I made this challenge for us Simmers who are too scared to ruin our perfect Sims lives, and hopefully this has just the right amount of drama to encourage you to play differently. I've tried to incorporate a lot of relationship and work drama, mainly because that's what The Sims 4 does so well. I won't read every generation for the legacies, but we're just gonna kind of peek in and see the themes of them. So generation 1 is evil mastermind. The backstory, who says all villains are heartless? Despite aspiring to be the greatest criminal the world has ever seen, this sim can't help but want to begin a long fulfilling generation. Being a criminal isn't the wealthiest career, but this sim vows to give their children everything they want. Now, if only they could keep their evilness in check. Your sim has to be evil, a kleptomaniac, and family oriented. That is a wild combo, but I love it. Aspiration, public enemy, and they have to be in the criminal career. They have to master the charisma, cooking, and mischief skill, master the criminal career, complete the public enemy aspiration, live in a starter home for your entire young adult life. When you're an adult, you may build up or move out. You have to have twins, and you have to bind a sim to the voodoo doll, steal an item worth at least 1,000 simoleons, and also complete the enemies to lovers. Marry a sim you've previously made dislike you. You can do this with a declared enemy for added challenge and drama. That is one heck of a backstory. And so I kind of want to do something that makes me step outside the box. Leading into generation 2, because you grew up with a criminal, your sim is an adrenaline junkie and they crave adventure and anything that will get their heart racing. I love that the career of choice is secret agent. So your parent was an entire criminal, but you have to be a secret agent. You are outgoing, a goofball, but you're kind of mean. So it's so funny because I mean, these are combinations that I don't normally choose. I think it would be really fun to play. And then heading down to the very last generation, that 50s show. Having an absentee sim as a parent has messed this sim up in a big way, but they're determined to work through. Sure, a white picket fence and kids running around the house is a dream for them, but it's a lot harder to stay committed than it looks. Feeling trapped, this sim can't help but reach out to someone that isn't tied to as many responsibilities as their partner is. Either stay as a single parent or find love somewhere else. If choosing to find love as an adult, you may retrade non-committal with the retrading potion or in cast and choose loyal instead. This is interesting. I'm loving this, and you have to adopt at least 1 child but have 5. I'm kind of leaning towards wanting to do this so bad, and if I do a legacy challenge or when I do it, I want you to do it with me, so we'll talk about that at the end. But the next one, the Legacy Chronicles Challenge. So this was actually created by Simply Simulated, but the graphics are created by Kimba Sprite. Kimba Sprite's graphics for other challenges are so beautiful and so cute. So I instantly, like my eyes just were drawn to this. How many generations is this? Oh my God. This is 17 generations. I don't think I'll be doing this one right now at this very moment. The Prosperity Pursuer, a determined and ambitious young sim, starts the Legacy Challenge as the founder. Their aspiration is fabulously wealthy and pursue a career in business to build their empire. The drive to achieve financial success stems from their desire to provide a better life for future generations. And the traits, they have to be ambitious, materialistic, and a perfectionist. And the goals are very simple. So I really like that. Leaves a lot of room for storytelling and all that good stuff. You are to reach the top of the business career, marry a rich sim that has at least 20,000 simoleons, which brings me back to the days of like the beginning stages of legacy challenges where we would die to marry someone rich. We wanted to marry someone rich. You can build or download a legacy house for the family and live there for the remainder of the heir's life. So it is basically telling you we're doing this old-fashioned legacy style. Moving on to generation 2, the artistic ambitions. Now this is pretty standard, super cool, like goals or whatever, but moving on to generation 3 is where I was like, whoa, turn up. It's called Nurturing Novels. Twins with contrasting personalities are the third generation of the legacy. One twin's love for gardening was nurtured by the lush gardens their parent created to enhance their home. As a result, they embraced the aspiration of freelance botanists, bringing life and harmony to their legacy home. The other twin, inspired by their family's creativity and the stories their parents always shared, chooses the aspiration of best-selling author to weave tales that captivate readers and leave an everlasting impression. So this is a dual generation, meaning you have to play with two Sims who have to be in the same household or vicinity. So if you have for rent, they could live in the same residential rental, and you have to complete both aspirations. You decide which twin's child will be the future heir because they both have to have kids. So both twins have to have at least one child, decisions, and you have to choose which one would be the heir. And then that way you can move on to generation 4, harmony of heartstrings. I love that with this one, it's just really, really fun. Genuinely using all the packs that we have, all of the features, all of the good stuff, all of the things that Sims 4 has to offer that we forget. Generation 14 is another dual generation. The next challenge is so adorable. It gives massive cozy vibes. The Literary Heroine Legacy Challenge by the Grace Fullion. 10 generations, 10 different heroines. I cannot pronounce that word. And one legacy. I love that it is inspired from books, and I think that is amazing. And it is this creator's modern take on that character. So generation 3, Scarlett O'Hara, that's familiar for me. Tomorrow, I'll think of some way to get him back. All your life, you grew up spoiled. Your mother and father were so in love, and you almost expected to have a story as romantic and easy as theirs. However, when your high school flame elopes quickly with someone else right after graduation, you start to spiral. No longer able to get things your way, you begin to self-sabotage and jump from relationship to relationship. Deep down, you know you should stop and spartan up, but frankly, my dear, you don't give a damn. Oh, okay. Aspirations, soulmate, you fail this. Traits, materialistic, genius, jealous, or choose and roll for the last trait. You don't have a career until you divorce, and then you become a manual laborer and barista. So you're working part-time jobs. Like, life is really falling apart for you, babe. There are some recommended mods, healthcare redo mod, which I don't use, and extreme violence. With that escalated quickly. Elope immediately with someone else. Have them die tragically, marry another person quickly who you have bad compatibility with, get negative romance with them right before they pass, marry a third time, have them catch you in a compromising moment with your high school flame, which leads to a divorce that leaves you with nothing. Have 4 kids with your 3 husbands. You can cheat for twins if you want. There are asterisks by certain goals, and it says you decide how they die. So when you have your partner die tragically, you decide, and that is where the healthcare redo and the extreme violence mod comes into game, just in case you want to play something realistic, because it does have to be tragic, or let them get eaten by a cow plant. The next challenge is called the Luna Legacy Challenge by Candace Pandas, and I love this because it revolves around the moons and the cycles of that. First generation, new moon, a time of new beginnings. Your marriage has been on the rocks for a long time and you've reached your breaking point. You literally start off with life sucks right now, so what are we gonna do? This was the last straw. There's only so much a sim can take. You recently started saving money in case of an emergency, and as far as you're concerned, tonight is an emergency. You need to get out of this marriage and this house immediately. You hurry and pack a bag for you and your child and leave in the middle of the night. What they did is unforgivable. It is time to let go of the toxicity and begin a new life for yourself. Be right back. I'm about to pack my suitcase. Y'all with me? I'm loving the urgency here. And I love that I could start this off in the middle of the night and I'm leaving this person. I love that. The traits, you have to be neat, hot-headed, and then you can roll the last one or choose the last trait. Aspiration, successful lineage. You have to work 2 part-time jobs. You start off married with 1 child, get a divorce, take your child and move out. You have 500 simoleons and whatever you brought in your travel bag. Have another baby with your ex. No, I don't want to be set up. Be a strict parent. As an elder, fall in love with someone you meet at the flea market and get married at the romance festival. Going into generation 2, waxing crescent. I really love this generation because we have a lot of guidelines here. This sim has to be aromantic and asexual. You have to get a part-time job as a teen, which I haven't done in forever. I think this would be so fun to play because of the goals and the storytelling capabilities. This legacy challenge has a lot of potential. It even includes some occults like, werewolves and vampires. So I think it would be really fun to play and experience things in game that we typically don't do, or I typically don't do. The next challenge is the Wanderlust Legacy Challenge. It says it's part 1. I haven't found part 2, I'm not sure. The premise of this Legacy Challenge is each generation has its own world. You are only allowed in the world of the generation you are currently playing or the worlds of generations past. For a hard mode, only allow yourself to play in the current generation's world. This means no leaving the world for dates, day outs, events, parties, etc. I'm a huge fan of this because recently I've been enjoying just focusing on one world or playing in a couple of worlds. I think it's unrealistic sometimes to be in Willow Creek and then Sulani the next day because they're so different. Find a lot of comfortability there, and that's just something, like I said, I've been doing even in my current households. Like I'm just like, I just want to be in this world. Generation 1 obviously starts off in Willow Creek. This is it, your first ever place away from home. You're excited but nervous. Your legacy starts here and now. You felt like you needed a new start for a while and finally earn enough money from busking in the streets to find a rundown home. It's a fixer-upper, but you see lots of potential. Hopefully, this will be your new base for the future years. You can see your music career taking off here, maybe even starting a band. And what about the future? Is this place good for children? You wonder if this is the right move, but it's too late to turn back now. So it's pretty cool because, again, it starts off with the music career, which is like base game influence, which again, I like because I don't typically bat an eye to these careers anymore. And the rules are interesting. This is where it gets juicy. You have to have 3 children, but one is an accident with a member of your band. Note the accidental child is your Gen 2 hair. Ooh. The backstory isn't super in-depth necessarily, but the rules make it really fun to play. I save the best for last, and by best, I am totally being biased. This is strictly an opinion, but it is revolving around my ultimate favorite band. By looking at this photo, you probably already know the band. I love Death Cab for Cutie, and they have an album called Plans, which is a great album, by the way. That's like one of my top favorite albums, like Plans and Transatlanticism. They are my favorite band. Highly recommend listening to this album. It is so good. The Legacy Challenge is not difficult. It is more geared towards storytelling. We have our rules, of course. In the rules, it does say you always have to have your babies at the hospital if you have to get to work. I'm gonna just talk about Generation 1. It is called Marching Bands of Manhattan. Beautiful song, by the way. You are an aspiring musician fresh out of high school. You decided to move to the city in hopes of making it big someday. Location, San Myshuno. You have to be gloomy. You can choose the other traits. Have the musical genius, aspiration, and you have to either be in the musician career or busk and like license your songs. Because you are in San Myshuno, you do have to collect the posters. The challenges, you have to attend every city festival at least once, meet a romantic interest at the Spice Festival, make 500 simoleons busking in the city, and you can move to the other lots. You can only move to the other lots in San Myshuno. So you're just really embracing city living, hardcore. And I love city living. I think it's a great expansion. I'm just scrolling through the creators' gameplay of the challenge, and I love it because I feel like it is 2016 again, and I'm on Tumblr, and I'm gearing up to post my images, but I'm looking at everyone else's. I started from Tumblr, so I just have a soft spot also for like photos with the dialogue. Now, what I need you all to do is head over to my community tab and vote which legacy challenge we should play together here on the channel. And I will try my very hardest to complete this legacy challenge because I love completing things. I'm a completionist. I love that. Like the last series we did where we only played with limited packs. I felt so good just saying, okay, here are the parts of the LP and we're done. Like I love that so much, and I don't like it being super duper long. So yeah, I want to try and complete this challenge. So please go ahead and do that for me. Thank you. Also, don't forget that you can use my code OceanSims on the EA app or the Sims.com whenever you purchase any Sims related content. I receive a small commission of that purchase, and I really do appreciate that. Every month I see that and I thank you because you do not have to use my code, but for those of you that remember to use it, because it's free to use my code, I do wish it gave you a discount. We do have some Sim sales coming up and everything, which is great, but I really appreciate you doing that. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Just keep simming. Always stay wavy, and I will see you in the next video. All right, peace out.